Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Bonnie.
We're the Playing with String organizing team.
Good morning.
Good morning. Today we're here with Cindy and Lou from Faking Sanity.
In their new store.
In their new store, yeah.
We love our new store. Loved it last week too. It had air conditioning. It's lovely.
So are you able to give us a quick tour of your store?
Yes, sure. So coming in the door, we have, I can't see here, so I'm going to try and, there we go. Okay, so we have our sock yarn and some of our colorwork yarns, and then a needle wall. Oh yes, we just got the shawl in.
Beautiful.
So this was made, and it'll be a prize draw for the all the participants in the yarn crawl. And it was made by Darlene, who was one of the organizers the first year. Right. And that'll be that's right?
Yes, she
Darlene,
started Playing with Strings, and she was an organizer for 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, the first three?
The first 3 years.
Yeah. It's so soft.
Yes, it is beautiful.
And then over here we have all our needles, and then some just basic sweater yarns, and then the pretty wall over here with all of the ginger snap bags. Love her fabrics.
Oh.
She has so many geeky ones.
I
Got a lot
love
of the 20 bags.
I love the TARDIS with the angel wings, the don't blink bag.
Oh
yes. Oh yes. I'm a big Doctor Who fan too. So, and then we have our fingering weight wall. So this goes on and on and on. And a few little things like our spinning mini e-spinners, and we have some wall of shawl pins and a whole bunch of spinning fiber over here.
Nice.
And felting kits and stuff. And we're just in the middle of setting up a display with some project bags and knitting bags here and purses.
Nice.
And then we've got all our loose leaf tees, and then we head into the books.
Yeah.
And the books and the books and the books and the books.
Yeah. And a little cafe space in the back there too.
Yeah.
We finally got to set up our tables.
Now that restrictions are lifted, we have the tables set up. So we just did those this weekend. So I'm going to set you back down now because that was very awkward.
Thank you, Lou.
No problem. So that was our store.
Yeah.
Come check it out in person, and it'll be less wobbly and more upright.
Yes, in Dawson Creek. How long have you had your store for?
11 years.
Yeah.
11?
Yeah.
Yes, since 2010.
11 years this summer.
But we've only had yarn for probably 10 years. Because we were just used books at the beginning. Well, used books, and we actually used to do lunches. Yeah. And then we started with one little bookshelf of yarn.
Yep.
And one of needles and accessories, and it just took
expanded
off, and we just kept making more room for yarn.
Yeah.
You can never have too much room for yarn.
Exactly.
Yeah. It went from one bookshelf to a room that's about, I don't know, 20 by 40.
Yeah.
And I realized I forgot to show you the table that the tripod was on has all our like magazines and knitting books and stuff too. Wow. So yeah.
That's all right.
And walked around all the heavyweight yarn because it's summer and nobody talks about that this time of year.
Oh, I don't know. People have started talking about their Christmas knits. So
yeah.
We're having another heat warning today, so I'm not thinking Christmas knits.
No, not yet. Thinking Christmas isn't like, oh, it'll be so nice and cool again.
Yes. Yeah.
What are some of your sort of specialty things that you have? And it doesn't have to be just the yarn. It could be the yarn, the food, the books, whatever. What are your things that you're most excited about?
I have no clue.
I'm excited about this. So we kind of specialize in indie dyed yarn. Almost all of it's Canadian, plus we have a few workhorses like the Cascade Echo and stuff like that. And a couple of German sock yarns, but mostly almost this whole wall is indie dyed from like Nova Scotia up to the territories and out to BC.
Nothing from the territories right now.
Oh, you're right. We're out. So we really like that we can support other small businesses. Like all the bags that are here are either locally made or made in Calgary or Edmonton, and lots of little independent dyers and independent makers that show up here. And it's nice to have access to that here in the North. We know what it's like to be that small business that doesn't have, you know, the means to display all the stuff you want to do. So it's nice to get out there into a bigger space. So as we've gotten bigger, we've tried to bring in more of the smaller independent ones.
So people can touch things. Now they can carefully touch things, I guess.
They can look at how soft it looks.
Yeah.
And then we also, like in the fiber, we try to keep at least like 8 or 9 different breeds of wool, so that people who want to do like breed studies and stuff like that, we always have 8 or 9 different breeds of wool, and then some plant fibers. And
you've gotten some really cool fibers in over the years.
some of the sorry,
Show us some of them.
Oh, I'll grab them. You talk.
We've brought in some of the like what are they called, like bio-engineered, bio-natural yarns.
milk.
So they're like milk fiber, but processed.
Oh, yeah.
And this actually I thought was a new fiber. It's not. It was developed in the 1930s because wool was being used for gun starters during the war. And so they developed milk fiber to replace some of the wool stuff that was used. And it's kind of got a nice sheen, and it spins a little bit like silk. It's a little stickier, but it's so drapey and soft and lovely. I made a pair of socks out of this once, and they were to die for.
I'm sure. That would be nice.
Did you spin that yourself? Did you spin that?
This one isn't spun. That's just
but I mean,
braided. But yeah, I've spun it myself. And then we have like cool little breed study packs that are kind of 8 natural fibers. They're not superwash or anything of the different British breeds or that sort of thing.
And we also have a lot of those and a lot of other ones in like 100-gram as well. And then I just brought a few things and some silk. Is Rami silk?
No, Rami is a plant fiber.
Oh.
See, I know nothing about fiber. And some flax linen.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
So the Rami, it's sort of less harsh than hemp to start. Hemp is very stiff to start, but Rami is a lot softer. It's another bast fiber though. So it's cool to spin and cool to get the different results. And I love plant fibers once you knit with them or crochet with them, because they're so, like every time you wash them, they get softer and softer, and they're just so lovely. They don't pill like a wool. They get better with age. They're like a good wine.
And you can knit them in the summer because they're not so hot.
Exactly.
Yes, and spin them. They don't stick to your hands while you're spinning
nice.
quite so much.
Nice.
It's tour de fleece, so of course I have spinning on the go at home. I just finished some Tweety yarn. Oh, actually, I can show you one I just finished. I brought it here because our Nitty Naughty's here too. And I'm spinning some sock yarn, and I've got some yak down from a farm down in Calgary, actually, that I'll be spinning. And the second half of that fiber will be going out as a prize for somebody who's participating in the Tour de Fleece. So this is the yarn I just did. This is some of the fiber we sell here.
This
so
is amazing. I want it, but she won't let me have it.
It's a gray South American wool with a bit of bamboo, about 10%. And then the blue is neps of nylon. So it'll make a nice tweedy hat.
Really
And
nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a little better for focus.
The color here at least is better than in our old store.
Yeah,
Yes, you've got so much light there. It's wonderful.
Yes.
it's actually hard on the other side. It's hard to video sometimes because there's too much light, and it just drowns everything out.
What else do we really love? I just love our books. We
Yeah.
have lots.
What books are you excited for at the moment that you?
Oh, I just read new one in a series that I absolutely gobbled up last year, because last year and this year I have read so many books.
Yeah.
I have done like nothing else. But they're by Ellie Griffiths, and they're the Ruth Galloway mysteries, and they're archaeology mysteries set in England. Yeah, I can talk. Archaeology mysteries set in England, and they're fabulous. And actually this afternoon I'm getting recorded for CBC Radio. They do a little thing on the North by Northwest show that is interviewing booksellers or bookstore owners about, favorite books. So I've got to figure out what all I'm going to talk about on there. I still haven't picked all the books I'm going to talk about, but yeah.
There's no shortage. Grab some of the shawl pins. We got in some new shawl pins this week, and
nice.
these are really cool ones. I have a lot of fun doing shawl pins, and she gave me one that's sealed shut, so I can't take it out of the plastic. So give me 2 seconds. So we got in some cool like little moons. They're kind of the moon phases.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And they've got a nice thin stick so that they don't
Yeah.
stretch out the holes in your knitting.
Yeah.
And dragons have always been popular for us. So
Yeah,
this is one of our new dragons here.
I saw the picture.
So this isn't attached, but it's,
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
really nice.
yeah, I love silver. So most of ours are silver. And we've got lots of pinanular pins where the stick is attached, so you can just spin it around and it never drops off your shawl. So some are more simple, so that they really leave the focus on your knitting and not the shawl pin.
Oh, that is.
And then
I like these.
we got in some adorable handmade wooden ones from a gentleman in Ontario.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, I have no idea where the camera is.
So cute.
Little sheepies.
Little sheep and little butterflies.
Nice.
Yeah.
And he's a retired gentleman, and he has a tree trimming business. So he makes them out of the trees that grow locally in Ontario.
I was just going to show you one other yarny thing.
Oh, you're
We have a local potter who makes us these awesome yarn bowls. There's all sorts of different styles, but
Oh,
Marilyn is an amazing potter.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Her stuff is so thin and light, and the wood is all from her property. She gathers driftwood on the river that goes behind her house, and she sands it all down and makes it super smooth so the yarn doesn't catch on it. And she has some gorgeous stuff. We have a little bit for everyone, I think. Some crochet stuff, some knitting stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So we still have handmade goodies, like we have a muffin and cookie every day, and today we have candy apples, and we're going to get cupcakes and we have some cake pops, like white chocolate and lemonade cake pops, and
That's
cotton candy flavored candy apples, and so lots of cool little things like that that are made locally, just not by us.
But we do all our coffees and teas and everything.
And we have some specialty drinks that we do here, like we make our own chai extract. So we have a nice iced drink called a chai spritzer. So it's like a fizzy cold chai that's super refreshing in the summer. And we're so excited to start knit nights again at the end of this month.
Yes.
Because finally we're allowed. Right now, we just got the okay to start doing knit nights again up here.
Everybody always comments on our name, and we're like, yeah, it's us.
It's us.
We are faking sanity. I mean, in more than one way. But yeah,
It's a great name.
it is.
Well, thank you very much for today.
No problem. And we hope to see you on the yarn crawl. We're doing 10% off your entire purchase if you come and visit.